I don't feel like retirement is a finish line. I think retirement is supposed to be about enjoying the things that we have put off. Some of us have put off some of our hobbies because we've been so busy working. It's like a series of pivots in our lives. For me, that looks a little bit more like being more careful with my money and cooking simpler meals, wasting less food, maybe finding things that are more close to home to enjoy. I do like to travel. I do a lot of photography. So that for me is, I know I have the time to do some of those hobbies and my painting and some other things that I want to get involved in. One of those is starting this YouTube channel and learning about videoing and editing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that challenge and like something more to learn. I like learning things. I like learning new things. So I'm looking forward to this chapter of my life. If you feel like you're behind, you're not. If retirement looks different for you than you imagined, you're not alone. I'm sure there's quite a few of us that are retiring without a large pension coming in or a large 401k to fall back on. I unfortunately don't have that. I did at one point, but life circumstances required me to use those funds. And so now I'm just living on my Social Security, my savings, and the little bit of side hustles that I have that I'm doing that allow me to earn a little bit of extra income. Now, luckily, I am debt-free, and so that puts me in a different position than maybe some other people, but it's still not as much income than I think I expected a long time ago when I thought about retiring. I'm okay with it, I think, because it's forcing me to slow down, live a slower, comfortable life and a quieter life, and just learn to live and do the things with more intention.
Yeah, I love this video. I think it gives you a nice reality check about what retirement actually looks like in the minds of a retiree. One thing I love about her is that she didn't have much debt, and she's right. That puts her in a different position, because you can have, let's say you have $200,000 in your retirement when you retire, but if your house is $200,000 or you still owe $200,000 on your mortgage, you're still kind of like at a net zero. So for her, being debt free, all the income is a positive, and she can kind of adjust her life and her expenses that way. So she is lucky in that aspect. Now, she did say some life circumstances made it where she had to use that money. Yes, that's true. That's life circumstances. But once again, people are using their 401k for emergencies when they should be creating an emergency fund. I mean, how many times have you met someone who said, hey, I went through life for 6 years. I never had an emergency. Never. Not one. Not a flat tire, no oil changes, no nothing. Just everything was perfect. Nobody. Everybody goes through some type of emergency, but yet we do what they call hyperbolic discounting. Things that are so far away we don't plan for. When retirement is 10, 20 years away, we're like, I got time. Unfortunately, we know retirement is coming, and we put too much emphasis on the now. Well, I got to pay the bill now. I got a phone bill. I got a Netflix bill, Hulu, all those things. But when reality hit her, she was like, I don't need those things, because the consequences of paying Netflix and Hulu were now present. When you're 30, 40, and you're paying these subscriptions, HBO and cable and all these things, then the consequences of spending all your money on these things are not apparent, because no one's at your door telling you you're not going to be able to retire happily. No one's telling you you're going to get fired at 59. No one tells you that, you're going to have another loss of a job at 63. No one's saying that to you. So you're just thinking, oh, this is in the future. That's going to happen. I'll just figure it out when I get there. Unfortunately, when it comes, you're unprepared. So what we want to do is make sure that we are preparing for that retirement that we know are going to come, preparing for those consequences we know is going to come if we do not start saving. So I love this video. Go check her out. Solo Retired Life. The title of the video, if you want to watch the full video, is Laid Off at 63. Not going back to a 9 to 5. I think she's kind of waking up to the fact that working for someone else and just giving your life away was something that she didn't want to do anymore. She made a great point that retirement is not just a finish line, but it's a transition. We say this all the time. You're a child, you transition to a young adult. When you're a young adult, you have a family, you transition into a real adult or a full adult, however you want to say it. And then at 65, so once you become a child, you transition into being a young adult. Then once you start a family, you become an adult. And then as you mature, you become a retiree, and then you go on about your life. So this is, once again, just another transition about who she is. So she's trying to redevelop her identity, how she wants to show up in this world. And I love how she said that it's not too late, and you don't have to be anything. There's no rush to be any one thing, that you're not behind. You are who you are, what you are. This is your race. You get to run it the way that you want to. So I love that video. I love this.